Yo, what's going on, YouTube world, man? It's your boy Ty, the Ambassador, man. Back with another blog, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. OG Fitness Room, you know what I'm saying? Working out some details on the interview coming up real soon, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. I be scrolling on the internet, right? You know, I'm one of them cats, man. I'll watch some stuff from content creators, people that I don't even necessarily like, just to kind of see what's going on and kind of somewhat stay in the loop, man. Eazy the block captain, man. For those of y'all not in the know, this is a brother, man, popped up on the scene. He's been battling for a while, you know, as far as battle rap goes, you know, but he didn't really start getting popping till like 2019, 2020, like right when COVID was kind of, you know, getting bad, you know what I'm saying, was becoming a serious thing. And we was watching on Caffeine, you know, his name started kind of getting up there, man. Why is this brother always crying on the internet, man? I swear, every time I see this bro, you know, on the internet, clips of him, or I'll click on his live stream, he's always crying about something, you know. He's going back and forth with ARP from Rare Breed Entertainment, you know. ARP's been cooking him for a while now, you know, and it seems like every time I click on a clip or Spaces session that he's on, or, you know, one of his live streams, he's crying. He's just constantly wham, 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 wham. You know, I shouldn't even be responding to y'all. He'll say something like that, or this is my last time responding. Fast forward a few days or another week, he's crying again, man. It's like, bro, and the recent thing right now is that, you know, I guess Smack of URL, Ultimate Rap League, you know, had told Eazy, you know, for Eazy to come back and battle, he'd have to kneel and kiss the ring, you know, and I believe Smack was being, you know, facetious, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he meant that in a literal sense, you know what I mean? And then, you know, Eazy been trying to get back on URL for a minute, though, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny how things come back around, you know what I mean? Imagine being an employee at like Wendy's, you know what I'm saying? You work there for a few years, you are one of the star workers on the crew. Manager has given you promotion after promotions, giving you the hours, the schedule you wanted, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you say, hey man, I don't need Wendy's no more. You know, I'm gonna go do my own thing, right? You leave and you go work at you know, Super Burger or something, you know what I'm saying? Some other place. You're doing okay for yourself. You know what I mean? You start your own little thing, right? You know, you start your own little burger joint. It's doing okay. Then after a few years, the numbers at your burger place start to dip, and then it's pretty much non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Then you spend all these years talking trash about Wendy's, how they did you wrong, and they didn't look out for you, and they didn't have your best interests at heart. And then you turn around and go beg for your job back at Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it's like right now with Eazy the block captain, man. You know, he spent all those years on URL. They invested money into this man. They promoted this man. They gave him a brand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure they had some big plans in the works. I mean, they was trying to give him Mook at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? And then Eazy went off, did his own thing. What he felt he had to do, was semi-successful at it for a while. And you seen the numbers did, man. Eazy just did a Trenches event a couple weekends ago, man. Nobody showed up. They said nobody showed up, man. Nobody wants to see this dude book talent anymore. You know what I'm saying? His last two battles were not good. You know, him versus Cassidy ended horribly after the first round. Cringy on both ends. Eazy and Cassidy both were at fault. And then he finally gets that rematch with Twerk. And it was like 2-minute rounds, and Twerk wasn't prepared. It was just a mess, man. You know what I'm saying? We know for a fact that RBE is not trying to book Eazy. Eazy, here's my question for Eazy, man, or all the Eazy fans out there who say everyone's hating on him and he's so lit and all this and that and the third, man. Why isn't anybody booking Eazy the block captain, man? Let that marinate. If the brother is so lit and he's just so on fire and he's so much the algorithm and he feels that he's kept battle rap lit for all these years, why isn't nobody in a rush to book him? Why haven't we got a major announcement from Takeover Battle League? Why isn't he doing full circle on RBE? RBE's not even super active like that. You know, ARP's pretty much looks like a full-time blogger on top of whatever other businesses he's got going on. Shout out ARP. You know what I'm saying? Well, why ain't nobody booking Eazy, man? I'm going to tell you why, man. It's not because of his lack of skill. It's not because of his lack of talent. It's because his lack of integrity, his lack of accountability, his character flaws are becoming more and more exposed and coming to the surface. You know what I'm saying? That's what's missing with Eazy the Block Captain, man. He cannot get on this camera and tell the world that he was wrong in any kind of way. It's always some kind of excuse. It's always everyone else. Everyone's hating on me. Everyone's trying to downplay what I've done. You know what I'm saying? URL, man, hey, man, they did me dirty. I had to go do my own thing. But why is you begging URL to come back now? Why am I seeing all these clips of you on the internet now pretty much talking about you trying to set up a call to get back on URL? You spent all these years talking trash on URL, man. Keep the same energy, bro. You spent all these years bragging and boasting about Chrome 23 in the trenches and how you was bringing all this new talent to the world. Keep that same energy, man. Why wasn't nobody at the trenches event, man? Nobody wants to see you, sir, respectfully, outside of like your delusional fans, man. Get a grip, man. Get a grip on reality, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to book you until your attitude changes, man. Why haven't you been on King of the Dot, man? Did them dirty. They feel a certain type of way. Diz and Organic and all them. From whatever business you had over at, was it GTX? Why wasn't you on World Domination, man? You know what I'm saying? There's so many other leagues out here, Black Ice Cartel, they still do stuff from time. Like, you haven't been on any of these platforms. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's because a lot of people just don't respect you as a man. It's not as a battler. It's just as a man. You know what I'm saying? You're flagging channels, lying about it. You got on camera, said you wasn't flagging channels. And then you came back and admitted a while later that you were the one flagging channels, people that was using your content. You know what I'm saying? You lied about where you're from. There's recorded audio of you trying to blackmail Remy Ma so you can get on TV. Like, how corny is that, man? The dude is a cornball, man. I guess I get tired of when I do scroll through the internet and I am looking at battle rap related things. This brother is always crying, man. You know what I'm saying? He needs to just sit down somewhere, chill out, figure out life. Do you still want to battle? If so, man, I think you should make things right with smacking them. You know what I'm saying? Make things right with smacking them, bro. Go apologize to them people, man. Go apologize to them folks, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can't sit here and spend all these years trashing their platform and trashing the staff over there. Go do your own thing. Be semi-successful at that. The numbers dip and then nobody cares. And now you run back to them. And when you run back to them, obviously that conversation didn't go too well. Obviously, Smack still feels some type of way. And then you turn around with like, well, F y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nah, brother. Keep the same energy, man. Either swallow your pride, go have a real conversation with them and apologize for all the slander that you did all them years, or figure it out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense, man. On the same note, man, I don't know if these two are still dating or not. Remy Ma, man. Come here for a minute, man. All the little Remy fans, come here for a minute, man. First and foremost, man, I like Remy Ma, right? Like, I think she seems like a very likable person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no New Jack hip-hop fan, you know what I'm saying? I've been around. So I was around when Capital Punishment dropped, you know what I'm saying? Big pun, I was around for, Fat Joe, Don Cartagena story, one of my favorite hip-hop albums, not even just Fat Joe albums, one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around, I've watched this journey with Remy Ma, man. I was watching the Joe and Jada podcast the other day on Netflix, out of boredom. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, scrolling. It's like, oh, Remy Ma's on. Let me see what's going on, right? The interview number one was like kind of cringy and hard to get through because, you know, Fat Joe has a really hard time not making the interviews about himself. You know, he has a real hard time. You know, he constantly interrupts. He wants to make it about him, He wants to tell war stories, right? Somebody could be talking about a shirt or a pair of sneakers that they bought, and he'll just completely cut them off. He tries to like outdo whatever they, just said. So the first half of the interview was kind of cringe, right? It was just hard to listen to. I had it on as more background after a while. I'm like, okay. But I caught something Remy Ma said, man. So she gets on Jada Kiss's top, right? About she heard through the grapevine that Jada does not have her in his top 5 female rappers of all time list. Top 5 where, Remy? What have you done that is top 5 worthy, man? She admitted on their platform that she's coming up on 20 years since her debut solo album. 20 years since she dropped an official label-backed project. And that project wasn't a classic. I remember Conceited coming on. I remember that. We got to keep it real with Remy Ma. Somebody in Remy's corner has to keep it real, man. We know you for 3 things, right? We know you for your verse off of Annie Up remix with MOP and Busta and all them guys, you know what I'm saying? We know you for your verse on Lean Back. And we know you for battling Bum Lady Luck twice. Not once, but twice at Fight Club. Which, by the way, you was spitting, I think in the first time y'all battled, you was spitting some stuff off your album. Keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma is a legend to who? To New Yorkers? Certainly not to hip-hop. A legend for what? Being with Papoose. I think, see, here's the thing with hip-hop fans and battle rap fans sometimes, right? I think sometimes we confuse the word legend and OG. We confuse legend and a vet. You know, you can be both, but not everybody that's an OG is a legend, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider Remy Ma to be a legend in rap or a legend in hip hop. She hasn't done anything that's legendary, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I think the circumstances around her storyline are kind of, you know, what's really stood out is her, you know, her being discovered by Big Pun, you know, and then, you know, of course, obviously Pun passed away, you know what I'm saying? Then Fat Joe kind of took her under the wing, made her part of the Terror Squad, you know? But, like, we got to keep it real. Terror Squad, that movement didn't really go anywhere. It didn't do too much. You know what I'm saying? We remember Lean Back. You know, that was a huge, huge hit. You know what I'm saying? She was on that. You know what I mean? Remy ain't done nothing, man. Why should Jadakiss or any other rapper, any other MC, any other hip-hop fan have Remy Ma in their top 5 females of all time? You ain't done as much for hip-hop as Queen Latifah. You ain't done as much for hip-hop as MC Lyte. You're not a pioneer like Roxanne Shante. Shante is literally, there's audio of Roxanne Shante on YouTube right now of her battling dudes. Audio from like 1984, 85 or something like that. She's battling dudes on a stage. You know what I'm saying? Only female member of the Juice Crew. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Rim. You ain't done more for hip-hop than Lil' Kim, man. You didn't change the game. Respectfully, you know, you dropped the Nicki Minaj diss track back in 2017. By that time, Nicki had not been known for her bars, like, in years. You know what I'm saying? Last time Nicki was really getting praise for her lyrics or as a lyricist was the mixtape era Nicki, 2009, 2010. Started getting with Young Money, you know, dropping stuff 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in there. But she was out of here, like, by 2013, 2014, she was out of here. She was on to, like, pop superstardom. So by the time Remy came and they had their little tiff and she dropped the Sheether stuff, And real purist hip-hop fans didn't really care about Nicki Minaj like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really say you had like a legendary back and forth with any elite rapper. So what makes you think that you're top 5 females of all time? I would even say Lauryn Hill. And I know people kind of, get weird about Lauryn Hill because there's allegations that she didn't write her whole album or didn't produce as much of her solo album as she was claiming initially. But she started off MCing, with the Fugees. Lauryn and them sold like 17 mil, 20 mil. You know what I'm saying? She's got an argument. Her debut solo album kind of changed and shifted the narrative about female rap at that time. You know what I'm saying? Is Remy Ma over Foxy Brown? Real question, man, for all the hip-hop heads out there. Is Remy Ma over Foxy Brown? I would argue that Foxy had a little bit more impact and sold more records. Yeah. Has more memorable songs than Remy Ma does. I'm just saying, man. Shout out to Remy Ma, man. This ain't no hate or nothing, man. I don't know if some of like Eazy's corniness has like rubbed off on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens sometimes, when you hang around certain people, like their qualities and their traits can be like contagious. You know what I'm saying? Remy seems like a pretty stand-up person, man, but don't bash Jada or get at Jada for not having you in his top 5 female rappers. And then later in the interview, like Jada feels pressured to put her in his top 5. Jada, you don't got to do that, bro. You are considered to be one of the top 5 dead or alive, man. You stand on your square, man. Come on, man. Don't be a coward, bro, up there on the couch just because you're friends with this person. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed in Jada and Joe, man. Both of them should have kept it real with Remy, man. You're not top 5, sweetheart. I'm sorry. As men and as MCs, they should have kept it real. We love you. We're your friends. We think you're gorgeous. You're a great mom. You might be top 5 moms that we know on a personal level in the industry. You're not top 5 rapper anywhere. 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 Nobody has Remy Ma on their top 5 of anything, man. You're not over Latifah. You're not over Roxanne Shante. You're not over MC Lyte. You're not over Lil' Kim. Like, keep it real. We got to keep it real. You're not over Eve. Eve wasn't really in the industry that long, but way more impact. Rough Riders was way bigger than Terror Squad was. Let's keep it real, man. And in Eazy's words, keep it $1. You know what I'm saying? Remy, you got to stop, man. Shout out to Remy, man. I enjoyed your on the radar freestyle when you was throwing your little shots at Clarissa and Papoose. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I think Pap would wash you if y'all ever got into a real back and forth. You know what I mean? But speaking of which, Papoose, I think y'all might be top 5 hip-hop couples of all time for sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely was on Love and Hip Hop, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all did the Hot 97 thing together, you know what I mean? But you're not top 5 females, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, man. I'm out. Peace.